Let's move right on. Remember, we've been talking quite extensively on the channel about the overall defense space and how there is so much potential to grow for the sector. First listed company within this space is Bharat Dynamics, a recent listing at that, and it put out a stellar Q4 set of numbers. Profits have grown 3x, the top line growth up 22%, and margins have expanded quite comfortably. Let's bring on board Udaya Bhaskar is the CMD of Bharat Dynamics, now joining in. Congratulations. It's been a stellar set of numbers, sir. What has really been the reason for this kind of a solid jump in your PAT performance? Because there is no exceptional item this time around. So how would you explain this kind of a solid jump, and is it sustainable?
Yeah, this is, we have performed exceptionally good this year in terms of manufacturing, and our product lines, all the production lines have performed, outsmarted the quantities, and that's how manufacturing being the major focus, our profits have enhanced.
So even your margins, you've seen a phenomenal growth this time around. The question is a 19 to 20% trajectory sustainable, and what are going to be the factors that will drive your margins?
Yeah, this is sustainable for at least coming this year is also, because we have actually a combination of traded products and the manufactured products, and so the traded portion is gradually coming down. In fact, it came down this year, and that's how our performance is more and more focused on manufacturing, and years 18-19 is also going to be focused more and more on manufacturing. That's how I think the profit margin is going to be definitely good, and we are going to book some good orders this year, and again that's also going to definitely see the next year also this is sustained or in fact enhanced.
At the end of Jan 2018, you had an outstanding order book of 10,543 crores, which is equivalent of twice of the last fiscal year's revenues. Tell us, what are your projections of growth in your order book this year?
We have already added about 2,000 crores order to that, but then we have consumed also the order. We have also completed about 4,578 crores. 87 crores is this year's our sales revenue. So I have a net order of somewhere around 8,000 crores approximately. But while we are targeting 4,600 crores this year, and the residual order book will be somewhere in the order of around close to 4,000 crores for the year 1920. But then we are very confident of getting a good order book in this year. There are almost 4 orders are in pipeline, and we have already had an advanced stage of negotiation processes, and we are expected to book these orders in this year. And I think with this order book, and some of them are going to be executable in the very next year itself. So with these things, we are very hopeful that the order book is not a constraint, and we are going to have an enhanced revenues in this year and next year also.
Over 60% of your revenues are realized in the second half of the year. So what kind of contribution are you seeing from the defense sector? And can you tell us a little bit more about what the strategy is planned there?
Yeah, basically our revenue, normally our plan of execution normally happens like this, that first quarter will be around 15%, second quarter it goes 25%, the balance 60% will be between the last 2 quarters. So normally our execution is more or less is carried out in that level. Last year we had a small issue in terms of some technologies. That's how I think in the up to first 3 quarters we could not live up to the way we have planned actually. The 4th quarter, however, we caught up as all the technical issues were solved. This year we are not anticipating any such issues, so that's why I think we will be definitely having reasonably uniform way of turning out revenues in the quarters to come.
And when do you think the company will stop paying the damages or the contract values due to the late discovery? I know you said that there is a timeline in place because you have been paying, about 5 to 10% of the contract values over the last 3 fiscals.
No, pardon me, I could not get you.
I wanted to understand when the company is going to stop paying the damages of the contract values due to late delivery, because you have been paying about 5 to 10%.
Yeah. Yeah, basically some of the orders we are executing on time. In fact, some orders we execute in advance. There are some orders, like say an order for Akash. It was an order to be executed over a period of 4 or 5 years. So the order had a development component in the beginning, and also there were some inputs like say Tata vehicles were to come into that in that execution, but there was a ban for a governmental ban available. I mean, was there, which was restricting our supplies of that Tata vehicles. So with such constraints, the program actually took off a bit late. And that's why I think we have been paying consistently these liquidated damages. Now, the futuristic orders, whatever we are booked, we are very confident as we have overcome all these type of issues of governmental restrictions and all that. And we are very confident. I think these would be executed on time in the coming years.
We leave it at that. Thanks very much for joining us and giving us that quick perspective on your earnings, Bharat Dynamics. Good show on the numbers, and which is why the stock is have about 2.5% as well, holding out in the session. Okay.